TJ, where does battle ready come from?
Oh boy. Well, you know, when a painter and his minis love each other very much,
You get weird 3D prints.
Now, ooh, yeah.
More seriously.
So hey, yeah. What? All right. Tournament scene is starting to kick back up, and it's been in swing here at the shop for a minute now.
Yes, we're on Warhammer 40K tournament number 3, and AOS tournament number. We've done 3.
We've done 3. Yeah,
we're
this will
coming
be
up
the
with
4th one coming actually this Saturday at time of recording, but that's not important.
Right.
But I've had some people on our Discord ask me what's going to get me the 10 VPs for.
So let's
talk
about that
this,
real minute, because maybe people don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't play 40K, and so technically I don't know. I only know because I do.
So
know. But anyway.
so in Warhammer 40,000 9th edition, version 3.75, 6 repeating or whatever. Battle Ready is a standard to which we would like you to paint your miniatures, and if you do this, you will receive 10 points at the end of every game.
So Games Workshop, this was kind of a big thing. They tied victory points to paint jobs.
Yes.
And
they set the bar so friggin' low that none of you should have trouble with this unless you have not a lot of time.
Games Workshop did set a bar.
Yes, but they did set a bar.
What is their bar?
Their bar is, and I will pull this quote up directly because this is important to remember their wording. Battle ready models have their main areas colored and a simple finish on their bases.
Okay.
That's it. That's the entire wording. That's off of Warhammer Community from 2019.
When this happened.
When this first dropped, yeah. It is achievable and universally recognized standard that is meant to say yes to your army. Whatever that means.
Yeah, I love how they say it's a universally recognized standard that they don't actually define.
So,
I guess that is defined. Main areas colored.
Yeah.
Now, what does main areas mean? Well, that's kind of a little.
Yeah. Well, we'll work on that in a minute here. So let's talk turkey, because I'm hungry, but that's beside the point. Back before back in the dark times before the COVID.
Dark times?
Well.
Anyway, but in the before times.
In the before times, before 8th edition.
Right.
Which I consider to be the friggin' Dark Ages.
Oh, okay. I see. That's what you mean. I thought you were saying. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, let's they used to say, hey, a painted miniature is something that has 3 recognizable colors from about 15 feet. That's about 3 meters if you're in the UK or Europe, but you know the drill. Point being.
15 feet is 5 meters. 3.
Anyway. Point being. You should, from
So the UK uses feet as well. They don't use metric. Moving on.
What's the point then?
I don't know. I'm confused.
Okay,
anyway, so that's what I always remember in the before times was 3 color minimum was the word.
3 color minimum, recognizable from 15 feet. That was it.
And here's the thing. Games Workshop added painting requirements to the game.
Yes.
But I don't know of a even remotely semi-serious tournament ever that has not had painting requirements.
You weren't here for War Machine.
War Machine doesn't count.
Well,
if Privateer Press is allowed to say that, so am I.
Okay, fair enough.
But no, I'm talking Games Workshop.
Yeah, Games Workshop specifically.
It's always been.
I feel that you can probably safely put this on all miniature games.
Most
because
miniatures
this is
games that have any sort of painting
requirement.
aspect,
yes,
generally require them to be painted.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason for that. It's if you're playing with these toy soldiers, them being good is kind of part of the draw.
Yes.
Like them looking good. Otherwise, you just play a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's kind of really no point.
Yeah.
If we're going to go to the effort of sculpting these models,
please make them not look passable.
We should go to the effort of painting these
putting
models.
Some color on it.
Right. So that's not really anything new. So we're not going to talk about that today. What we are going to talk about is the definition of battle ready is kind of a little loose.
It's pretty mutable.
Right. And you have some examples here of things that you brought to, because you consider them battle ready, right?
Well, not entirely.
Okay, not all of them, obviously.
And I'm going to be using these as specific examples of things that I, as a tournament organizer for Warhammer 40,000 and tertiarily for Age of Sigmar, because what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Right.
Though there's no points.
Because technically, Age of Sigmar does not have victory points for painting.
Yes, but it does say, hey, you should battle ready your stuff.
And again, I don't
just a
know
suggestion,
any
mostly.
Age of Sigmar tournaments that
Don't have actual
don't
paint
say
requirements,
paint your stuff.
Yeah. But so with this in mind, let's again. So main colors, main areas painted.
Okay.
Textured or detailed bases.
Okay.
So let's get the easy one out of the way. Is this miniature battle ready?
Better picture here.
This is a white from D&D Miniatures.
And he's white.
He is white. He is
and nothing
gray
else.
plastic. Not only is he not battle ready because he's not painted, he's not even a Games Workshop mini. Flung it across the room.
Wow, contempt.
I can do that because that's my miniature. And also those things are really sturdy. Point being, that's not battle ready.
No.
Absolutely not.
Clearly, because it has no colors on it.
It has no colors on
and no, the pre-priming doesn't count.
Yeah, pre-priming doesn't count. So, I also have here a Skitarii. Is this battle ready? What's your immediate take on it?
My problem with that one is the base is not done.
Yes.
There's nothing on the base. The base just has splotches of paint from where you clearly painted it.
Yes.
The main area, if I may.
Yeah, go for it.
The main areas are painted.
Kind of.
Well, no, they're painted unless you printed this, because this is printed.
Yes.
Did you print this in a silver plastic?
No.
Okay, so the main areas are painted.
Yes.
The metal parts are metal.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, the only two colors on this are blue
Yes, and silver.
and silver, metal.
Yeah.
And I think this is part of the reason why 3-color minimum was kind of a thing, because otherwise you could just main areas painted could be a rattle can across a bunch of Space Marines, and then you're done.
Yes.
And I think that's maybe well, we'll get to that, but I don't think that counts as battle ready.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. This doesn't. I would not, as a tournament organizer, I would tell you to put something else on this.
Put the color on the gun.
More color on the gun. Paint the eyeballs a really bright color, if nothing else, just so I can see some effort, and then texture the ding-dang base.
Faces, bases, banners, and shields.
There we go.
Is the mantra.
Yeah.
For what you should focus on.
I'm not going to bung that one across the room because it's fragile.
Yeah. So then we have some Marines.
Yes, we got some Space Marines here. So I would like to point you to this Ultramarine that came out of the Space Marine Adventures box, admittedly.
A game for 6-year-olds.
So just at a glance, what can you tell me about him? 3 colors, right?
Yes.
He's
got more than 3 colors.
He's got 3 very distinct colors.
He has red, gold, and blue.
Yes.
But also black and metallic.
Mm-hmm.
The details are done.
Yes.
Like you can tell the grenades are grenades,
Mhm.
and the holster is a holster. And the base, so this is kind of a different example because these bases are pre-molded.
Right.
These are kind of like the Underworld bases for
Mhm.
Sigmar. But you did also put colors on the base.
Yes.
So the base is also, you didn't just take the fact that it's pre-molded and said, there, I'm done. You also painted the stone.
Painted the base. Yes.
So yeah, I say that's battle ready.
This is battle ready. How about this one? This is a salamander. You can see he doesn't have quite as many colors on him, but he is all green. He has some black and some metallics, and the base is done-ish.
He's not monocolor. And I
No.
think that's the big thing about Space Marines is you don't want them to be literally entirely the same color from a distance.
Correct.
Pick out the details. Put a red helmet on your sergeant or something like that.
Yes.
If you just take an airbrush or a spray can and go across your army, it doesn't look very good.
Yeah. I think we can call this one battle ready, but it's not going to win any painting competitions.
Well, no, I mean,
Obviously not. But
we're
that's
not talking about painting competitions.
that's because I suck. But that's
Different
beside the point.
So all these Marines, I think, are battle ready.
I think so too. Though, and I want to really, really hammer home that this one is really riding the line really hard.
Mr. Imperial Fist?
Yeah, Mr. Imperial Fist, because he is almost entirely one zealot yellow color with a little bit of red lining on the shoulders. And thank goodness there's black and silver on the gun. Whoop. And the
And now some chip damage.
And the base is done up fine. But that is almost the bare minimum to be done. Now, admittedly, yellow is hard to paint. So I would probably give it a pass. I'd say, you know what? You did enough work trying to get that yellow to look not like crap. So
See, I guess I'm going to disagree with you here because I don't see what is at all wrong with this.
There's
The
nothing.
armor is yellow,
Yes.
as it should be.
Mhm.
The gun is black and
Yeah.
silver, and you trimmed the red.
Mhm.
And like, it's a Space Marine. Space Marines are primarily monocolor models.
Right.
Yeah, I don't see. I mean,
There's nothing-
It's
yeah.
not a good paint job, but whatever. But
No.
for the purposes of a tournament or battle ready,
Yes.
I don't
This
even
is
see
fine.
that. I don't even see that as riding the line. I just see that as, oh yeah, that's
Mhm.
sure.
I mean, I should say that it's not riding the line of battle ready. It's riding the line of a decent paint job.
Oh well,
but
that's the different
it's
story.
it's definitely it is the letter. It's following the letter of the law, if not the spirit.
Sure. And if it's because Imperial Fist got a new codex supplement that made them had an 89% win rate or something like that, and
Yeah.
how fast can you paint yellow?
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
maybe again, are you gonna actually, as a tournament organizer, do anything about that, or is that just oh, okay, it's that guy?
That guy, I'd probably just tell to go home, frankly. But that's a different.
Oh, that is your prerogative. That is your prerogative.
But yeah, like as a tournament organizer, I would like to see at least like this is the bare minimum you could do for your troops. But if you're gonna put if you got a sergeant or a lieutenant, I expect a little bit more work into them.
So, as a tournament organizer,
Yes.
with the tournament coming up, is any of that written down in your tournament documents or any way, shape, or form?
Yes.
Okay.
I-
What exactly do yours say? I'm curious.
Actually, I actually have. I answered this question on the Discord earlier. So here is my exact wording
Okay.
on what people ask me this every tournament. So what I have to say was basically armor, joints, and weapon being 3 separate colors by themselves.
Okay.
And 3 distinct colors visible from 15 feet away, textured base, and no plastic visible.
So no plastic visible, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is that written down in like a tournament document people always
Yes.
have access to? Okay, that's
Yes.
that's what I was curious because I
Yeah.
know you've responded to somebody on the Discord server for it.
Yeah,
was
but I
curious
mean
if
that's my boiler.
does somebody know that before they get here or
Yeah.
before they have to ask?
Yeah, that's my boilerplate answer that I just copy paste in.
So that's kind of a Space Marine specific response.
Yes.
Because joints are something that is obviously not on
Maybe like a
Imperial Guardsman does not have joints.
Yeah. So hey, let's talk about Age of Sigmar.
Mhm.
This is a Orc War Chanta done entirely in contrast paint.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3 colors, 4 actually, 4, 5. You can go. You look at it. You can see that there is some work done on this. Catches all the, meets all the criteria. The base, I say, is riding the line, and I can say that because this is my model.
See, I'm going to say the base doesn't cut it.
Really?
I
Okay.
don't see any basing on that.
This is textured. This is the texture paste.
Texture implies there's texture.
Yeah.
I
I had
see-
a little problem.
I
with
can
it.
count the number of texture dots.
Yeah, I know.
So I mean,
I would give it if somebody rolled up to a tournament and said, "Hey, what up? This is my army." I would say, "Yeah, okay." I would give them the benefit of the doubt on that one because sometimes texture paste just is a real pain in the butt to work with.
Another big thing to remember is that rimming your bases really helps.
Yeah, it in general it just helps. It's nice.
Well,
And you
for
can
a
see
lot
that
of reasons, but it also part of the reason I don't say that base qualifies is because it doesn't look done.
No, it doesn't.
It looks, yeah. So then you've also brought Mr.
I brought also my Imperial Knight.
Mr.
Now
Stuffy Robot.
yeah, I would say that this is about as done as anything I own.
Okay.
It has 3 distinct colors on it. Though, silver's a color.
Yes, it is. Gunmetal is a color.
Gunmetal is a color. I got this. Everything is painted.
You have more than 3 distinct
There's
colors.
more than
Yeah.
there's more than 3. You can also see that there is texture on the base.
We're going to put it all up on the
I
close
know.
camera.
There's texture on the base, and I added this hatch to the base.
Yeah, you've had basing.
I have a base thingy because I usually don't make
accoutrement.
accoutrement. Yeah,
Je ne sais
accessory.
quoi, I don't know.
Yeah, I literally went through all of my knights and I just slapped something on
Yeah,
there.
the single most useless sector mechanicus piece in existence.
Yeah.
So it might as well be good for
It
something.
may as well be good for something. Yeah, but I would say, yeah, I don't think anybody would bat an eye at saying that this is battle ready, with the exception of I need to put a shield back on.
That would help.
but that's because I was working on
Well,
it.
when he's jousting, you want the shield on.
Yeah, you definitely want that shield on if he's jousting. Now here's something. If I'm not running him with the carapace weapon, I've magnetized all of these. So he's just got a big, ugly magnet on the top of his head.
Oh, yeah. You can prime and paint that if you want.
I could probably paint that, yeah.
No, you can prime magnets and paint them. It sticks.
But as a tournament organizer and as somebody who's dealt with having to magnetize stuff like this that needs big flat spaces like this, I wouldn't bat an eye at that.
No, it's not bare plastic.
No,
it's just metal.
It's metal. It's not part of the model, but that's okay. Now there are some tournament organizers out there that might be sticklers against something like that, and that I say, yeah, fair dues. I wouldn't blame anybody. I also just wouldn't fret about it.
Okay.
But that's me. So do with that information what thou wilt. So yeah, with that being said, it's my good little boy. He's my good little boy.
So closing thoughts, I guess.
Well, right. Okay. So also you can see that this is a finished base.
Yes.
Has a rim
Black
on it.
makes a big difference.
Yes. So yeah, battle ready.
It is kind of subjective, but I think also it's more about effort than anything else.
Yeah.
It's a term that is basically saying put some effort into your minis.
Please pretend like you give a crap.
Right. And I think a lack of effort shows, obviously not everybody's a great painter, but you don't have to be.
Yeah.
I still am a
Contrast paints exist for you not great painters out there. And I say that as no one who is not.
I believe our AOS organizer locally, Kevin, still actually sticks to the 3-color minimum rule.
I'm pretty sure that's
for AOS.
That's correct, yeah.
For that reason, because it stopped people from just taking the airbrush to a bunch of Stormcast and saying, look, they're all gold.
Yeah.
They're painted.
Yeah.
They're fine. It's like, no.
I used to hear, horror stories about people coming in like 3 strips of paint on the base.
Right.
Oh, I got my 3 colors. Like, ha ha ha, I got in a blender.
Well, that's the nice thing is also, at least for a local, for a local scene, you can kind of more easily handle, hey, no one's going to want to play with you.
Yeah.
It's a bigger issue for bigger tournaments, but bigger tournaments are also much more clearly organized and have very clear expectations.
They're
about
very
what you
clear
do
about
and
it.
don't need to do.
So yeah, but so for your local scene, I think that obviously the Marines here are battle ready. The big guy here is battle ready. This guy's kind of right on the line because the miniature's done.
Right.
But the base is a little wibbly.
And Mr. Scutari over there.
And Mr. Scutari is just going to feel sad.
And then the white you chucked across the room doesn't even count.
He doesn't count. Obviously not. He's not a GW miniature. So and he doesn't look like a GW miniature either. You could conceivably try and run him as a white king or whatever, but he's not the right size. He's not the right proportions.
Well, proxying is a different discussion for a different day because that's a very different thing.
Yeah, this one looks like a Scutari.
Right.
We know what it's a printed Scutari, but we know what it's supposed to be, and we don't have to squint and turn our head sideways to figure it out. Anyway, but yeah, no. 3-color standard probably is gonna make putting a battle ready miniature together in your head easier, right? If you're always just thinking about 1, 2, 3, okay, this is this is primary, this is my highlight or whatever, this is my contrasting color, and then yep, it's a gun, so it gets to be metal or black or whatever, or he's got a sword, so I'll paint the sword silver. You don't have to go crazy to do it. You can drive yourself crazy trying to figure it out, but you don't have to. It can be easy if you let it be easy and you just kind of.
And hey, there's always the new contrast paints to help out, right?
Yeah, I know.
Prime him right with that that White Scar, and just throw some of those delicious new contrast paints on there. Just pick 3 different ones, put them on different spots. It's fun.
Yeah, that would do it. Yeah. And of course, you try not to, again, 3 distinct colors, because if you start doing the contrast.
3 shades of blue.
Yeah, they'll just start kind of getting all muddy and running together.
Marines are dark blue, light blue, and mid blue.
Hey, all I hear is you making fun of my BattleTech minis, so some of which are purple, and gold, or blue, and blue, and red, and red.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, well, at least Warhammer has some standards they're trying to keep us to, right? But yeah, If you think that we're smart and handsome and cool, you should let us know in the comments below. If you think that we're stupid, please also let us know in the comments below.
Much more likely to get engagement on that one.
Yeah, well.
So yeah, so at the end of the day,
I'm banking on one of those being smart and handsome and cool, but
at the end of the day,
yes.
Battle Ready is a state of mind. No, it's about effort. It's about making sure that your minis look the best they can do. I encourage everybody to just try and put some love into your paint jobs. On the other hand, I also understand that people don't have times. So,
but if you're gonna dedicate time to going to a tournament, you may as well dedicate the time to.
Yeah, no, you got to get more reps in.
This is
We'll rep you next time.
Oh, I'll give you a rep.
Bye.
Bye.